ReplyPilot is SellSeva's unified messaging system for marketplace sellers. Instead of checking messages one platform at a time, ReplyPilot brings buyer conversations into one convenient place. eBay, Poshmark, Facebook, and other connected marketplaces can all be managed from the same workspace, so sellers can see who needs a reply, which buyers are urgent, and where each conversation is happening. For resellers, speed matters. A buyer might ask a question on eBay, send a follow-up on Poshmark, and then move on if they don't hear back quickly. ReplyPilot is built to reduce that friction. It helps sellers understand the message, the buyer, the listing, the marketplace, and the next best reply, without bouncing between tabs. On the left side, conversations are organized by status. You can filter by all messages, messages that need a reply, urgent conversations, pre-sale questions, post-sale questions, and issues. This makes it easier to work through the inbox in the right order, instead of guessing which message matters most. Each conversation also shows helpful context before you even open it. You can see the buyer, the item, the marketplace, how recently the message came in, and whether the message is urgent or tied to a listing. ReplyPilot isn't just showing a raw inbox. It's helping prioritize the seller's day. When a conversation is selected, ReplyPilot opens the full thread in the center. The seller can read the buyer's message, review the item, and see the current reply status. On the right side, ReplyPilot adds extra intelligence through the Insight panel. This Insight panel is one of the most important parts of the system. It can identify whether a buyer seems ready to purchase, whether the message may be connected to another marketplace, and whether there's a possible same buyer match across platforms. That's especially useful for cross-posted inventory, where the same item may live in more than one marketplace at the same time. Below the conversation, ReplyPilot creates an AI draft. The seller can use the draft as is, edit it, refresh it, or change the tone. There are quick options like friendly, firm, brief, counteroffer, and decline politely. This gives the seller speed without taking away control. Now let's look at the example on screen. Alex Turner is asking about a Coach leather handbag listed on eBay. The message says, "Hi, I think I messaged you on Poshmark too. Is there any wear on the Coach bag handles? If not, I can buy today." This is a high-value message because the buyer is showing clear purchase intent. They're asking a final condition question, and they're saying they can buy today. ReplyPilot recognizes that and flags the conversation as high intent. But there's also a second important detail. Alex mentions Poshmark. That means this may not be just a single eBay conversation. The buyer may already be talking to the seller on another marketplace about the same item. ReplyPilot catches that context and shows a multi-platform warning. It also shows a possible same buyer match at 85%. That gives the seller a chance to check related messages before replying. This helps avoid sending conflicting answers, making duplicate offers, or accidentally selling the same item twice. On the right side, the buyer panel confirms the buyer name, the channel, the category, and the response window. The listing panel shows the Coach leather handbag in brown, the price, and where the item is live. The seller can open the listing directly if they need to verify details before responding. At the bottom, ReplyPilot prepares an AI draft based on the buyer's message and the listing context. The draft thanks Alex, answers the question about the handles, acknowledges that they may have also reached out on Poshmark, and keeps the conversation moving toward a purchase. The seller can adjust the response with one click. If they want to sound warmer, they can choose friendly. If they want a shorter answer, they can choose brief. If they want to make an offer, they can use the counter option. And if they want a completely new response, they can refresh the draft. Once the reply is ready, the seller can copy it, open the marketplace, or send it through ReplyPilot using the SellSeva extension. Standard replies queue through the extension and update the thread after they're sent. So in this one example, ReplyPilot is doing several jobs at once. It brings the message into a unified inbox. It identifies urgency and purchase intent. It detects possible cross-platform buyer activity. It keeps the listing and buyer context visible. and it drafts a reply that the seller can review, edit, and send. That's the core value of ReplyPilot: faster replies, smarter context, and fewer missed sales across every marketplace the seller uses.